I talk a lot about the different commander brews that I've put together since I've been playing Magic, and to that goal, I wanted to find a new way to showcase some of the cards that I've added and played with. So for today's video, let's talk about the big eater kitty, Ygra. I wanted to showcase this deck in 5 cards, not including the commander of course, so perhaps it's best to start there. Ygra turns all other creatures into food artifacts in addition to other types, and whenever any food goes to the graveyard, Ygra grows. So obviously with all that food synergy, the first card to bring to the table is Hazel's Brewmaster. At a baseline, creating food tokens is already a great start. There are a bunch of other cards that can do the same in this deck. What I really like about the Brewmaster is the versatility of the exiling effect. It kind of works like a budget Agatha Soul Cauldron. Remember that Ygra turns your creatures into foods, so they also can use any activated ability from this effect. With the option of Graveyard Hate as well if you need it, this card is always fun when it hits the battlefield. Sticking with the food theme, let's talk about Greta. Most, if not all, Ygra decks run creature sack outlets. It's not much of a hidden mystery to do so. Foods can sack themselves anyways to gain you life, and Ygra even gives this ability to creatures. But there is something nice about having another food sack outlet that can keep your hand filled with cards while also advancing the game plan you were already doing. Interestingly enough, the card draw activated ability is not restricted to sorcery speed, so you could make a chump block and still get the card draw with the smaller creature. It's just incredible versatility for an uncommon. The last card in my list of cards, about foods specifically, is Honored Dray Leader. This is somehow the sneakiest win con in this deck. I find that people tend to not look at the Dray Leader when Ygra is on their minds, but with Trample and the fact that this guy gets bigger whenever any food enters, it can easily get big enough to start making threatening swings on your opponents. Like I mentioned earlier, Ygra tends to gather a lot of attention, which gives you the freedom to build up your board in other ways. Speaking of win cons, Fade from History is the win con of this deck. Foods are artifacts, and if everyone's creatures are all artifacts, there's some silly things you can do, especially in green. Any and all artifact removal just becomes creature removal, and let me tell you, green has a bunch of those for cheap. I would say that Fade from History captures this idea very neatly. It is a board wipe for all creatures and artifacts except for Ygra, and now with Ygra powered up, you can swing at whomever you like for an easy commander damage win. And finally, on the artifact train of thought, I would like to present one of the more hidden gems, Inspiring Statuary. There was certainly a moment while building this deck where I reminded myself that artifacts are notoriously busted in most other formats. So, what can I do here with artifacts that can replicate that kind of strength? Well, there's Improvise and Affinity. Giving all your spells Improvise, where all foods, including creature foods, can help pay for the costs is a very nice synergy. All I really needed now are a few constructs and this deck can really start to feel powerful. And there we have it, 5 cards to represent and talk about for my Ygra deck. This was a fun concept to pull together. I wanted to find a way to showcase a commander deck without doing an entire deck tech like I've done in the past. I like highlighting a few cards since it really does make me think about some of the cards that shine in my deck and kind of give any of my EDH decks an identity. If you like this style of video, or even if you didn't, let me know in the comments. While you are there, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.